All right, what is up, everybody? So, I just got up actually and went on my phone and was on YouTube for a second, and I saw this video, and it kind of reminded me. I didn't watch it, but I saw the title and like fighting game etiquette and stuff, and it got me starting to think about some things, and it kind of reminded me of my the premise sort of reminds me of my things that suck for fighting game players, I guess. Um, so if you watch my channel, if you watch fighting game channels at all, you know who Jmcrofts is. He's the shit. And we're gonna watch this, and I'm kind of gonna see what these 10 unwritten rules are, and see if I agree with them or not. Apparently, it was a Twitter post that he made and asked for people to comment on. So this is from all kinds of different fighting game players across the globe. So I hope we can find some substance in this. But it is Jmcrofts, and he doesn't put up bad videos. So anyway, let's go.
Folks, something I've been thinking about a lot lately are the sort of unwritten rules of etiquette when it comes to fighting games. Yes, there's the rules of the game, like 2 out of 3 rounds, 99 seconds, but there's also these sort of second set of rules that, whether they know it or not, players kind of abide by, and they will react harshly if their opponent doesn't. So I put the call out on Twitter, and I said, hey, what are your pet peeves? What are some things that your opponents
Don't say
get
Axel
on
players,
your
it'll
nerves?
hurt my
And I thought that
feelings.
this was a good opportunity to sort of talk about
Nice.
some of these things that it's like, okay, it might not be like strictly against the rules to do this, but it's kind of annoying and most people probably won't like it. So obviously we're not all going to agree on these. These are definitely up to personal opinion. You know, if you go on the internet, people can't agree whether it's like okay to talk to someone you don't know at the gym or whether it's okay to clap after you watch a movie. People get in crazy fights on the internet about stuff like that. So
Do people clap after a movie? I have never heard that before. I have been to the movies many times. I've never seen anyone clap after a movie, ever. That's weird.
I know people are going to get in fights about this as well, but just know, I'm going to give you guys my opinion on whether I agree with what these people have to say, and let's go through them. It should be pretty fun. All right, first up, and this was definitely, I think, the most common answer, was people leaving after one match.
No shit. You guys already know my opinion on this. Do not one and done me, man. This is a lot of the reason why, like, I couldn't survive in a tournament scene in Japan, because they do a lot of best of one matches in tournaments, which is like freaking rough. Number one, but there's always like an incomplete feeling when you one and done, get one and done. It's like, dude, you didn't cook your noodles all the way, man. They taste like shit. That's kind of what it's like.
People not giving you the run back, and yeah, this is definitely pretty annoying. Obviously, if it's like really laggy or something, I understand you don't want to suffer through that multiple times, but assuming it was like a
Yeah, if you have a good reason, whatever, but
just at least do a 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, first to 5, whatever. I don't expect you to stay around that long, but a 2 out of 3, it makes everybody feel better. It makes you feel like if you won, it was actually for real. It wasn't just like a fluke. And if you lost, it gives you that chance to adapt and run it back. There's the even worse
it's complete
cousin of this, I think, which is refusing the rematch when they win. The win quit.
That is bullshit.
You win 5 in a row, then the opponent wins 1, and they're like, I'm out of here. And it's like, okay, I gave you the opportunity to adapt and learn how to beat me, and then you won't give me like the same respect in return once you start beating me.
Absolutely. That is obviously, like, I just want to keep playing you. I keep losing and losing and losing. I just want to keep playing you until I win, and then I want to dip. That's horseshit. That is horseshit. I had a friend that liked to do that a lot. He would lose to me all freaking night, and he'd keep playing. He'd keep hitting rematch and getting more and more pissed off. And then he'd win, and he'd be done. And even when he won, he would be like, this game fucking sucks. And it's like,
I don't know about that. It's a little bit annoying, so yeah, I would say, just let someone know before you have to go, and if you're just hopping in online, at least do a 2 out of 3. I would appreciate that.
Yeah,
All
say
right, next
something.
up we got, if you start downplaying yourself or become negative during the match, get the hell out. Save the complaining for when I'm not there. And yeah, I would say I agree with this.
Stop saying I'm trash. Ooh, just stop it. And don't get negative during the match. That's even worse. Like, same friend that I just mentioned would just get pissed off in the middle of the match every time he got hit. Like, every time he got hit. He expected, like, every match to be a perfect for him. It is ridiculous. Ugh.
Hate, especially like in a real life scenario.
Come on, Fury.
Like at a tournament or something, people are like, oh, that's so cheap. Like, I can't believe I'm getting hit by that. Like, oh, like they're just complaining while you're playing. It's so cringy. It's so awkward. It makes everything so uncomfortable.
Yes,
There's also
cringy.
people who are just like, oh, I'm so bad. Like, they lose one round and like, oh, why am I so bad at this? And it's like, bro, I put a lot of work in. You could, when you say that you're bad, that is sort of like discounting that maybe I'm good.
I'm good, yes.
Bad. It's like, well, you're taking a little bit of something away from the opponent when you do that. So yeah, I find this pretty annoying. We've also got sort of the counterpoint here.
Watch my I'm trash video for a little bit more coverage about that exact subject. But yeah, he nail on the head. And there it is, complaining while they're winning, even after they win a set. Yep.
While they're winning, or even after they win the set. Oh, this
dude, I'm in so agreement here.
They like win, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm so mad that I dropped that combo." And it's like, bro, you beat me. Yeah. You're rubbing it in right now.
A dub's a dub, dude.
Be a gracious winner. Be like, well played. Just say good game, well played. I think that's a good universal rule out there. After the match, just say good game. Even if it was bad game, and then you could go off on your merry way and complain about everything you did wrong to your friends. But don't do it to your opponent. To me, that's a little bit rude, I think. All right, next up, people good at mashing when my combo drops. Like, you're clearly mashing while you're getting hit. Why?
This one's a little weird. This one's kind of a gray area, because if they're mashing all the time, like, number one, you should realize that quickly and just, not freaking get hit by mashing. But if they're mashing strategically, like, a good mash is actually a strategy. Like, obviously you want to throw out, like, a quick move if you think you can catch them at the end of something during the recovery and stuff like that. And then you can confirm whether or not you hit off of that mash, especially in games like Melty. You have good, 2As and stuff that are easy to confirm with. I don't think mashing is bad, per se. Now, if you're just mindlessly mashing, that just shows, like, a lack of understanding. But at the same time, if this guy who said this, when his combo drops, number one, your combo dropped. Number two, you keep getting hit by the mash. Maybe you adapt and show him, hey, this isn't going to work every time, and he'll stop doing it. That's just one of those things. But let's see what he has to say about it.
I'll admit, I've gotten tilted by this before. I have one friend in particular, you know who you are, they shall remain nameless, who, whenever I was doing a combo, they would just mash Dragon Punch. And it was so annoying because the whole time, you're just stressed because you're like, if I drop the combo, I'm going to get hit by a Dragon Punch.
Oh, you mean like, okay, mashing Dragon Punch, mashing Super, stuff like that, and block stun. Yeah, that is kind of annoying, but they know it's a high priority move. They're going to do it if they think you're going to get hit by it, so you just have to, it's another thing you got to keep in the back of your brain,
Have to nail this combo or something catastrophic is going to happen if I drop it. But something changed in my mind when I thought, like, okay, the way I'm playing right now, what is actually the downside to him mashing? And there really wasn't one. Like, if I drop the combo, he lands the Dragon Punch. If I finish the combo, nothing bad happens because he was getting comboed anyway. So I was like, actually, it's smart for him to mash Dragon Punch here because I'm not doing anything to prevent it. So let me tell you.
There you go.
If the opponent is mashing during a combo and you intentionally drop the combo so that you can get a reset and punish them for mashing, that is 5-head.
That's
sick. You will
sick.
feel like the smartest player in the world when you do that. Yes, it goes against all instincts to deliberately drop a combo, But I promise you, if you know the opponent's mashing, you can make them second guess it and you'll feel way better. So yes, I've been annoyed by this one, but I promise you can adapt to this and
yes.
you can make them pay. So I don't really think that this one is that much of a problem, even if it can be annoying sometimes. Oh, this one I know is going to be controversial. Giving advice unprovoked. I understand it comes.
Yep, this is the Rose player. If you watch the We All Are Ryu video that I made, this is the same thing. That you're gonna run into those players who know a lot about a game you're playing, and after you play, they will, whether you ask for it or not, they will say, this is why you got hit here. You should really practice this, this, and that. And a lot of the time, they're trying to be helpful. Or, a lot of the time, I don't really see it as being like, filled with hubris or anything. Like, I'm really good at this game, so I'm going to tell you how to. A lot of the time, because I fall prey to this too, you don't realize that you're coming off in a way as I'm better than you when you're explaining it. You just have all this information, and you want to get it out, and you want to like explain to somebody why they kept getting hit by what you were doing, or why they kept getting punished here, so it doesn't happen to them in the future, just in case they didn't see it, right? It's super valuable sometimes. But yeah, I can definitely see why it would be annoying, right? Because you might know already why you lost, and you just realize it too late, and they're just like inundating you with all this information, and it can feel like, oh, you're just proving more that you're better than me, and you're just saying this, and that. This one's gray too, so they're getting a little bit more gray as we go along. But let's see what he has to say about it.
From a place of good intention, but telling me how I could improve after smoking me in first to 10 without me asking feels kind of bad manners. Yes, this is another one that has definitely annoyed me before, especially in tournament, after like a tournament match.
Oh, fuck that,
or
though.
During, God forbid. I've had people in tournament
fuck that,
during
though.
a set will like hit me with something and be like, yeah, that's +5. And I'm
Don't
like, bro, we're playing
do
a
that.
tournament right now.
Don't fucking
talk
do
to me.
that.
I don't want to hear this. But outside of, I think everyone can agree that's kind of BM to give advice during a tournament set. But during casuals, I think it definitely varies on the person. I would say, like, if you and the opponent are kind of chatting, if you're like, hey, like, is this your first time here? Like, whatever, if you have that kind of rapport going, I think generally giving advice will be somewhat well received. But you have to read the room a little bit. Especially
for
like,
sure.
If you look at the opponent and they're just like fuming, they're just like full sweat mode trying to
Leave
win.
them alone.
They might not react too kindly to you giving them advice. So obviously there's a lot of gray area here. Let me know what you guys think. Do you hate when the opponent gives you advice without you asking? Are you the type of person to do it? Let me
That's
know.
rough, yeah.
I know that definitely everyone is not going to agree about this. Whenever I fight someone who doesn't really have a strategy and is just kind of mashing, it tilts me like crazy. The unpredictability of someone like that frustrates the hell out of me.
Unpredictability. At least this person used the right word instead of calling someone random, right? Yet again, I have another video that talks about this. Yeah, sometimes people will just throw moves out, but it's up to you to adapt to it, right? I actually have a video that's going to be going up soon of me in a situation like this in Alpha 3, fighting against a Gen player who was very, very unpredictable, and I was having so much trouble figuring out his game plan. And one minute he would be doing crazy shit that makes no sense and beating the crap out of me. The next minute he'd jump in 6 times in a row and get hit with 6 anti-airs in a row and lose. So it was very strange. Like, here he is being a genius and here he is being a dumbass, and it's like, what's going on? So I can understand this one, but it's another lack of the ability to adapt, and that seems to be a common problem with a lot of people who run into players like this. Is like, I just can't adapt to it. It's my fault, but it still pisses you off. Of course, we're all human.
Yeah, I think definitely at some point we've all been on the receiving end of like an FSP versus Gandhi thing, where you feel like you're just so much better than the opponent, but they're not playing.
Oh yeah, this dude. Oh, holy shit, I remember this
match.
match.
Idea what they're gonna do. You just get caught
He
off
just
guard by
freaking does
everything.
crazy
it
shit.
Definitely
Yeah,
feels bad. But what's interesting is there's another side to this as well. When someone says that something you did was random, because you knew that they knew what you should do, but you didn't do it. You did what you shouldn't do.
Do. This is so good, dude. Fighting games, this is why fighting games are so just dynamic, man. Decision making, what you do in them, just there's so many layers to why you do something or why you don't do something. And this is a perfect example of it right here. Of course, you knew what you should do. You didn't do it because they knew what you should do, and you know that they would be able to punish it or see it coming. So you do something different, and then they say, you're a random scrub. We all know it. We all love it. This is why we play fighting games, dude.
It's a really long way of putting it, but essentially, they know you're not supposed to mash. So of course you mash there, and it works because they're playing under the assumption that you're going to do the right thing. But the right thing isn't the right thing if the opponent knows you're going to
knows it's the right thing, yeah.
It's something your opponent doesn't expect. That's generally true in fighting games. Don't do what your opponent expects you to do or wants you to do, because they're your opponent. You want to beat them. So yes, it definitely can be annoying to lose to someone who it feels like they're just doing stuff randomly, but sometimes the random ain't so random. Don't completely discount your opponent. Sometimes they know. I don't know. This one can go both ways, but it definitely
it's hard to tell whether they know or don't, though.
I will admit that. All right, this one, when they skip my intro animation after having their intro play, I swear that gives me a Zenkai boost.
That's hilarious. You know what? This has happened to me in a couple of games, actually. It's more like it's not like it piss me off. It doesn't give me a fucking Zenkai boost. But it does, like, when you watch the opponent's character walk up and do their intro, and then you're like, oh, cool, he's gonna let it rock out, and then it fades to black, and you're like, oh. Like, what the hell? You just wanted to see your cool character walk on screen? That's crap. But yeah, I get that. I get it. It's just less of a, like, pissed me off thing and more of like, oh. It doesn't affect the rest of the match. Just maybe the round opener, right? That's about it.
Yeah, I'm just going to admit here that I'm an intro skipper. I skip every intro, man. I'm sorry.
Same, usually.
I skip my own, too, though. I skip my own and my opponent's.
I'm mashing just to get in the match.
Man. Let me get to the match.
Yes.
But I could definitely see this as being annoying if you, like, want to let the cell scream rock, and the opponent, skips it after you gave them the courtesy of watching their intro. Kind of annoying, but I will say that the number one thing with this is dramatic finishes, man. Dramatic finishes in Dragon Ball FighterZ. If you skip a dramatic finish,
no.
I'm sorry, man. St. Peter's turning you away at the gate. That's unforgivable. Unforgivable to skip the dramatic finish. If someone put in all that work, dude,
that
one I definitely have.
That takes setup. They earn that shit.
I'm sorry, I'm an intro skipper, but yeah, maybe don't skip. If
St. Peter's turning you away at fighting games gate, dude.
Oh, here we got the option selects. This isn't my main game. If this was some other game, you wouldn't get close to beating me. Yeah, people do this.
Fuck these people. Fuck these people. Ooh. Ooh. The excuses. The excuses. This is why when people say that, I really like to say, if I play the game at all that is their main game, let's play, dude. Because one of two things is going to happen. They're going to wreck me, and I'm not going to eat crow. I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, they're pretty good at this game. Or I'm going to beat them and make them look like a total fucking idiot. Regardless, what's the point of saying, my main game I would crush you in? Especially if the person who, like, you don't know that the person that you just beat in their main game even plays the game you're talking about. So who cares? Right? It's a non-starter or a non-sequitur. Like, what? Who cares? It's another excuse for why they lost. I hate anything that's an excuse for why you lost outside of your own fault. Just freaking triggers the shit out of me.
This where, like, before the game even starts, even sometimes they'll just be like, yeah, I don't even play this game.
Pre-excuses.
And then it's an option select because you're covering both outcomes, right? It's like, if you win, it's
option
like, wow,
select,
I won,
yes.
even though I don't even play this game. I must be godlike. And then if you lose, it's like, well, of course I lost. This isn't even my game. or my character. I don't usually play on stick. I play on hitbox, so it's unexpected that I would win here. Like, stuff like that is just annoying. You know, give the opponent credit when they beat you. Just be like, yeah, well played. It comes back again that you can just say GG, well played.
Why do you have to add something? Yeah.
We don't need to hear the excuses. We don't need to hear the option selects. It's annoying. Get it out of here. All right, guys, I'll admit that the main reason I even made this video is because of this one. This is my personal pet peeve.
Ooh, changing characters on a win. Like, cool, you can beat me with multiple characters, I guess, but I was trying to learn how to beat the other one. Okay, let me just put this out there on this one, okay? This depends for me. Switch characters, that's cool, but I mean, I would like to keep fighting the same character that you beat me with to try and fight it, obviously. But if you want to change characters, that's cool. It's your prerogative, even if you win. Who cares? But when you pick my character against me, that's where the darkness happens. The freaking character pride shit that I've never been able to shake. I hate it when people switch to my character like, let me really show you how to play this character. You don't know what you're doing. It's like, ooh, that's, even if that's not their intention, even if that's not why they're doing it, that's what it always feels like the moment they do it to me. And I'm like, this one actually is one of mine. I am very mad about when that happens, when it's my character. Otherwise, it's like, okay, cool, play who you want. But, you guys already know my one toxic trait.
Changing characters on a win. Like, cool, you can beat me with multiple characters, I guess. But I was trying to learn how to beat the other one. This one drives me absolutely crazy, okay? I hate when I'm playing the opponent, especially if it's a game I don't know that well. And it's like, okay, I lost. I don't know how to beat that move. Let me try. Next time, you know, I got hit by this move. Next time I'll try jumping to try to beat it. We'll see if that works. And then after the match, they just switch characters. So it's like, okay, I don't get the opportunity to figure out how to beat the thing
that is annoying.
Now I'm just going to get hit by all this new stuff by a new character that I don't know how to fight yet.
Have to learn it, then they switch.
And it's like, okay, so is that throw techable? I don't know. Let me try next round. But then they switch again. So you don't get to find out if the throw is techable. This drives me so crazy. This is my by far #1 most annoying thing on this list, in my opinion, just because it's so common. So maybe not everybody feels this is an annoying thing to do. Maybe I'm the freak for thinking that it's rude to switch characters when you win. Yes, if we've played like 10 in a row and you beat me 10 in a row, you're bored, feel free to switch.
Yeah.
If it's after 1 game, 2 games, or if you're switching just again and again, you're just moving around the character select screen every time you win, that drives me absolutely crazy. I find it so annoying. Let me know in the comments, do you agree, or do you think that I'm being overly sensitive? I would love to hear what you have to say. But yeah, this one is it for me, for sure. But of course, we've got the #1 here. This is the most
rage quitting. Has to be.
This is the most important one. I think we can all agree.
Has to be.
I don't like when they win.
Don't like it when they
preach. Preach. I don't like it when they win, man.
GC Yoshi, dude.
So that's gonna be it for the list. Thank you, everybody. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of content.
That's the most. I don't like to use this term very often. That's just fucking based, dude. That's based as shit. Anyway, holy shit. This was a good list. Yeah, definitely have covered a few of these things on the channel, but yeah. This is awesome. Thanks for putting this up, Jmcrofts. Like, your videos are the shit, and it was fun sitting here reacting to these, and I like that he and I agreed a lot on most of these, but yeah, the switching characters thing, only slightly for me. Like, yeah, obviously it's annoying when they do, like he said, you know, you're trying to figure something out, then they switch characters. But yeah, for me, it's the same character thing. Pick my character. You went in with a different character, and whether you won or lost, now you got to switch to my character. It's just the freaking gah. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks you guys for watching. I understand that reaction videos like this are kind of lazy, but you know, I wanted to do this because I saw it and I'm like, dude, I know I'm gonna agree with most of this because I agree with Jmcrofts on a lot of things. So I wanted to watch it with you guys and just put my thoughts out there too. But it was a lot of him. I kept pausing, and it was a lot of him repeating everything I just said for the most part. But yeah, thanks you guys for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.